Hey everyone, and welcome back to the AI Tech channel. Today, we're diving into something that's honestly keeping cybersecurity experts up at night. Agentic AI being weaponized for social engineering. This isn't your run-of-the-mill phishing email anymore. We're talking about AI that can learn, adapt, and craft incredibly convincing scams, all on autopilot. Are you ready to face the truth about this new era of cybercrime? Because it's about to get real. This isn't just a hypothetical threat. It's happening now, and the implications are massive. So buckle up, because this is one video you can't afford to miss. Okay, let's break down what we mean by agentic AI. Think of it as AI that can not only perform tasks but also plan, reason, and act independently to achieve a specific goal. It's like giving a regular AI a mission and letting it figure out how to get there. The scary part? That mission could be to trick you into giving up your personal information or access to your company's network. It's about AI taking the initiative, making decisions, and learning from its mistakes to become a better con artist. Forget static scripts. This is dynamic, adaptive, and incredibly dangerous. This is AI that thinks like a hacker. Now, let's compare this to traditional social engineering. Before, scammers had to manually research their targets, craft individual emails, and constantly monitor the results. It was time-consuming and prone to errors. But with agentic AI, all that changes. The AI can automatically gather information about you from social media, professional networks, and even public records. It can then use this information to create hyper-personalized scams that are incredibly difficult to detect. We're talking about AI that can mimic your boss's writing style, understand your company's internal jargon, and exploit your personal vulnerabilities. It's social engineering on steroids. Think about this simple HTML snippet. Title, just a moment, /title, article, /article. It's just a loading message, right? But what if an agentic AI uses this endlessly, looping and frustrating you? This seemingly harmless example illustrates a key principle. Even seemingly minor flaws or vulnerabilities can be exploited by AI to create significant disruptions. Imagine this happening on your bank's website or your company's internal portal. The frustration, the wasted time, the potential for manipulation, it all adds up. This is the power of AI to amplify existing problems. Now, let's analyze the potential impacts of repeatedly encountering that just a moment snippet. We're talking about a butterfly effect here, where a small problem can lead to massive consequences. At the first level, you have the direct impact: frustrated users, incomplete information, and a website or application that's effectively unusable. This is a high-severity issue that can completely halt productivity. But it doesn't stop there. The frustration cascades. The second level hits the adjacent industry. Think about the reputation damage to the website or application provider. Negative reviews, loss of trust, and potential social media backlash. Then there's the increased support load. Support staff will be overwhelmed with complaints, struggling to resolve the issue without a technical fix. And if the application depends on external APIs or services, those services might be wrongly blamed. The impact spreads like wildfire. This is what happens when a seemingly small glitch becomes a major crisis. Finally, we get to the socio-economic impact. Loss of productivity as users struggle to complete their tasks. Disruption of business operations, especially if the application is core to the business. And ultimately, potential economic loss due to lost sales, decreased revenue, and increased support costs. Widespread issues can even erode consumer confidence in online transactions. It's a domino effect that can cripple businesses and impact the entire economy. Are you starting to see the scale of this threat? Let's dive deeper into the specific risks. From a technical standpoint, we're talking about potential infinite loops in the code, JavaScript errors, server-side timeouts, network issues, browser incompatibilities, and even caching problems. Any one of these can trigger that endless, just a moment, loop. And an agentic AI can exploit these vulnerabilities with pinpoint accuracy. It's like giving a hacker a magnifying glass to find the weaknesses in your system. But the risks extend far beyond the technical realm. We're talking about poor user experience, reputational damage, loss of revenue, decreased customer trust, increased support costs, and even SEO penalties. A website that's constantly stuck in a loading state is a death sentence for any business. And the speed at which this can happen is terrifying. Imagine your company's reputation collapsing overnight because of an AI-driven attack. This is the reality we face. And let's not forget the ethical risks. The just a moment message implies that the page is actively loading, which is deceptive if it's actually stuck. This wastes the user's time and attention. It creates a poor experience for users with disabilities, failing to adhere to accessibility best practices. And if the problem involves data processing, there's even a risk of data breaches or privacy violations. This is about more than just technical glitches. It's about ethical responsibility in the age of AI. Are we truly ready for this? Now, let's talk about deepfakes. Imagine an agentic AI creating a convincing video of your CEO asking employees to transfer funds to a fraudulent account, or a fake audio message from your CFO authorizing a suspicious transaction. These deepfakes are becoming increasingly sophisticated and difficult to detect. And with agentic AI, they can be deployed on a massive scale, targeting thousands of individuals simultaneously. It's a level of impersonation that was previously unimaginable. Forget generic phishing emails. Agentic AI can create hyper-personalized phishing attacks that are tailored to your specific interests, job responsibilities, and even personal relationships. Imagine receiving an email that looks exactly like it's from your spouse, asking you to click on a link to view some photos, or an email from your boss, urgently requesting you to approve a payment. These attacks are so convincing that even the most security-conscious individuals can fall victim. It's like having an AI sniper targeting your vulnerabilities. Agentic AI can also be used for reconnaissance, gathering information about you and your organization to plan future attacks. It can monitor your social media activity, track your online behavior, and even analyze your company's financial records. This information can then be used to create highly targeted scams that exploit your weaknesses and maximize the chances of success. It's like having a digital stalker constantly watching your every move. The biggest vulnerability in all of this is the human element. No matter how sophisticated our security systems are, people can still be tricked into making mistakes. Agentic AI exploits this weakness by creating scams that are designed to bypass our rational thinking and appeal to our emotions. Fear, greed, curiosity, and even trust can be used against us. We need to be aware of these vulnerabilities and train ourselves to recognize and resist these attacks. Are you truly prepared to defend yourself? So, what can we do to protect ourselves? First, we need to educate ourselves about the risks of agentic AI and social engineering. We need to understand how these attacks work and what to look for. Second, we need to implement strong security measures, including multi-factor authentication, robust firewalls, and intrusion detection systems. Third, we need to train our employees to recognize and report suspicious activity. And finally, we need to stay vigilant and constantly adapt our defenses as the threat landscape evolves. It's a constant battle, but one we can't afford to lose. Security awareness training is crucial. Your employees are your first line of defense. Regular training sessions can help them recognize phishing emails, identify suspicious links, and avoid falling victim to social engineering attacks. Make the training interactive, engaging, and relevant to their specific roles and responsibilities. And don't just focus on the technical aspects. Emphasize the importance of critical thinking and emotional awareness. Empower your team to be security champions. Interestingly, AI can also be used to defend against these attacks. AI-powered security systems can analyze network traffic, identify suspicious patterns, and detect anomalies that might indicate a social engineering attempt. They can also be used to automatically block phishing emails, flag suspicious websites, and even detect deepfakes. It's a battle of AI versus AI, and the side that's better prepared will ultimately prevail. We need to fight fire with fire. The future of cybersecurity is a constant arms race between attackers and defenders. As AI becomes more sophisticated, so too will the attacks. We need to stay ahead of the curve by investing in research and development, fostering collaboration between industry and academia, and promoting ethical guidelines for the development and deployment of AI. This is not just a technical challenge, it's a societal challenge that requires a collective effort. Are we up to the task? So, what's the takeaway here? Agentic AI is a game-changer in the world of social engineering. It's making attacks more sophisticated, more personalized, and more difficult to detect. We need to be aware of these risks and take proactive steps to protect ourselves and our organizations. This is not a problem that's going to go away on its own. It requires our attention, our resources, and our commitment. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and stay safe out there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more critical AI insights. Your security depends on it.